Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Fabian for Liberty. I wanted to talk about King Obama III's tyrannical reach into the media. And today we find out he's taken it to a level that is incredible for the Republic. Now, let me just do a quick kind of synopsis here. If you're just joining me, if you're new to this program, that I don't buy into the right-left paradigm. I don't give a crap about the right-left paradigm. I believe in liberty. I believe in freedom. I believe in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. For those that don't live in America, I believe in just freedom and that, you have some kind of Republican form of government where the people have a real say in what happens. Not authoritarianism, not democracy where 51% rule. But, that may or may not end up happening because we are up against real evil, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I don't buy into the two-party system, any of that bullcrap, so really it's not so much about Obama. It's about the people that run Obama. We know are the international banking cartels that basically run all the multinationals that run everything else. Above them, there's another layer of, the wealthy families, all of these other individual elites that kind of run that structure. But the bottom line is I think you need to understand that things that have taken place in just the last couple of years are unprecedented for this country, which means just like the IMF is imposing or wants to impose a top tax rate of 71% in the United States and the global tax on wealth, which is really just the small business people and, the entrepreneurs are the ones who end up paying. It shows you the desperation, both financially speaking and politically. I mean, in an age of deception by the dinosaur dying media, that is completely dying, okay? New media is coming up everywhere. And if you want to call it new media, whatever you can. I mean, it's the girl who picks up her smartphone and starts to do some videos and talking about whatever topic and injecting real conversation, injecting real journalism, not the dumbed down, bought and paid for journalism that we get today that's bought and paid for really by the multinationals that own and operate now only about 4, I believe, different companies that own pretty much all media. So the majority of all media in the United States is owned, I want to say 4 to 5, I think, corporations own it. And then the people that sit on that board sit on the boards of about 232 other major multinationals. And it's like this revolving door, okay? So they truly own the media. And it is propaganda and programming that people get. So alternative media is about waking people up to the truth. And so, of course, the White House is using front groups like Media Matters now to attack the media and discredit you. Now, if you, regardless of where you are on the political spectrum, I mean, you might be like, a real liberal, right? Like Thomas Jefferson or, it doesn't really even matter where you are on the political spectrum. Because if you simply want truth, if you simply want freedom, if you're a Ron Paul libertarian, it doesn't matter. If that's your goal, then regardless, the establishment will either call you a right-wing extremist, or they'll call you a racist, or they'll call you a conspiracy theorist. That's the group you're going to be labeled in, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to isolate alternative media. They're going to character assassinate. They're going to pick out people that are more vocal than others, and they're going to try to character assassinate them as well. That's the kind of end-of-the-road type stuff you see when countries slip into an authoritarian state, is that they have to take over the media. Now, that's just alternative media. Now, any real true journalist in the mainstream media, well, they've had their homes SWAT teamed, like the lady at the Washington Times or the Washington Post that was writing articles about the Department of Homeland Security. Her home was SWAT teamed. They took all of her notes, all of her whistleblower and leaks, all of those context she had, took all that info, gave it to the Department of Homeland Security, people that were in the Department of Homeland Security speaking out against the Department of Homeland Security. Those were the names in those notes. They took all that under the Espionage Act, which was only used 3 other times in history by Woodrow Wilson. It's now been used over 11 times by Obama. He's used 8 of them, okay? Going after whistleblowers, even though we have record whistleblowers, which is good, they're going after them because they know the truth is the Hellfire missile to the global elite agenda. Okay, so I can't just say it enough. That's why I always encourage people, go out, do your own videos, start your own blog, inject your opinion into the national discussion, regardless of what your beliefs are. You know, controversy is good, or, you know, disagreement is good. You know, now it's like, you know, there needs to always be bipartisanship. They always need to agree, when bipartisanship has gotten us into the mess we're in today. Okay? That's the real problem. Is this dumbed down, everybody has to agree because it's politically correct, right? It's, let's have a good discussion, let's see what works best, and let's do it in the framework of law and order. But see, they don't want that discussion, ladies and gentlemen, because, again, the slippery slope to authoritarianism. So it's a lot of stuff to cover, but I'll tell you, now that they're openly sending Gestapo-like forces that, you know, will, is like, you know, let's say Media Matters, but remember, behind them is the IRS that has basically an enforcement, paramilitarized group that is going after Tea Party people, conservatives, libertarians. So that's one thing. But then the other thing you want to throw into it to get really to the point of where I think this is going, with this global tax by the IMF, who's going to be the global body? Now will there be some kind of global body of enforcers that now will also be entering sovereign spaces and trying to collect that wealth tax? You see how the establishment in the media, the government state, authoritarian state, it all merges into one, and that's what they want. So a lot of things to cover there. Try to do it as quickly as I could. I'm Fabian for Liberty.